Namaste everyone. Welcome to our 28th annual World Yoga Festival. Today is the 8th day of the celebration. We'll have 70th International Day of Yoga celebration along with this one. Today's our guest speaker is my close friend, long-time friend. That is Acharya Sri Amadya Bianchi, known as Mahamandaleshwar Swami Suryananda Saraswati Maharaj. He is from Italy. Sri Amadya Bianchi is the founder of the World Yoga and Ayurveda Community, president of the World Movement for Yoga and Ayurveda of the European Yoga Federation, of the International School of Yoga and Ayurveda C.Y. Surya, vice president of the International Yoga Confederation of New Delhi, a founding member of the European Ayurveda Association, advisor of the United Consciousness Global, member of Global Council of Hindu Leaders, member of Global Council of the World Yoga Community, National Coordinator for Italy of the Hindu Acharya Sabha. In January 2014 in Dubai for an important international conference, he was awarded the title of Ambassador of Yoga and Ayurveda. He operated in Italy, India, Greece, France, Latvia, Lithuania, Slovenia, Spain, Switzerland, Croatia, Portugal, Argentina, Romania, Poland, Brazil, Bulgaria, Germany, USA, Slovakia, etc. He is often present in major congresses as a speaker. His numerous books dedicated to yoga and Ayurvedic disciplines are widespread and used in many schools and associations. Moreover, long time we are working together for the promotion of yoga. And I remember in 2006, I visited in his place in Italy. We had a wonderful time, and first time we met in Argentina in 2005. And we continue our friendship in different ways, and we took challenges to have events, especially the first European Congress in Romania. That was a challenging one, but the God guide us in a true form of love and global family relationship. Here, I like to warmly welcome my brother Swami Suryananda Saraswati Maharaj. Floor is for you. Please.
Thank you so much for inviting me, Dileep. It's a great pleasure for me. You know that you are really my brother in yoga, my brother in Ayurveda, my brother in spread Indian culture. Ok. Quindi sono veramente felice, mi dà moltissima emozione ogni volta che posso essere e condividere la sua attività. Lo ringrazio tanto perché ogni tanto mi invita e questo a me fa molto piacere.
I'm very much happy and honored and emotional to be here today. I'm always very much happy when you, dear Guru Dileepji, invite me. I'm very happy to be with you and to share with you this time together.
Se le fa piacere, racconto un po' la mia storia perché è abbastanza curiosa, anche se conosciuta.
So, dear Guru Dileepji, if you are happy, I would like to share with you my life. Many people, they know about my life, but I really would like to share some topic points as it's quite special in some points.
Ok, chiedili se ha piacere che lo faccia.
Would you be happy that...
Please.
Gandhi diceva, che è una cosa bellissima, diceva la mia vita è un esempio.
Gandhi used to say, and I really found that is very important. Gandhi used to say, my life is an example.
Nel mio piccolo, anche la mia vita è un esempio e ve la voglio raccontare.
Even in my small part, my life is an example. And I really would like to share with you this information, this knowledge.
Anche l'esempio della mia vita può far capire quanto lo yoga può aiutare l'essere umano in tutte le sue vicende.
even through my life, can really demonstrate how yoga can help somebody's life, can be supportive in somebody's life.
All'età di 16 anni, io la prima scelta che ho fatto nella mia vita, che potrebbe essere una scelta tipica italiana, era di fare l'artista e mi sono messo a fare il pittore d'arte.
When I was 16 years old, I made the choice to become an artist, a painter. And as a good Italian guy, probably I followed this passion to become a painter.
E l'ho fatto come professionista per 11 anni.
And I followed this path as a professional painter for 11 years.
Però dopo poco, all'età di 16-17 anni, ho incominciato con importanti problemi di sangue, come per esempio un'anemia.
But after some time, I started to have and to suffer from some blood difficulties, blood problems. And it was found out that I had anemia.
Naturalmente sono stato curato subito, però non rispondevo alle medicine e peggioravo in continuazione.
I was treated and cured almost right away, but my body was not replying to these cures.
E sono peggiorato e quindi all'età di 18-19 anni l'anemia era diventata anemia perniciosa, anemia grave un po'.
And after a while, when I was 18-19 years old, this anemia got worsened and it became anemia, pernicious anemia.
A 23 anni e mezzo, la faccio breve perché magari mi vuole Dileepji fare qualche altra domanda o dare a questa intervista, se vuole dare un altro obiettivo, basta che me lo dice.
I'll cut short, as I don't know if you, dear Guru Dileepji, would like to make me later on some question, or if you want that I'll speak about something else, but I'll finish and I'll try to make it short. So,
yeah, good to talk about the pathway, how he went through in a yogic field and the Ayurveda. Like a life story, he can take his own time. Then we'll ask other people to ask questions.
Ok, quindi
Dimmi.
se avevi bisogno di tradurtelo o ce l'avevi già? Avevi compreso già tutto?
No, traducimelo un attimo.
Ok, ha detto che voleva sapere da te proprio il percorso attraverso il quale ti sei portato verso lo yoga e l'Ayurveda e prendi tutto il tuo tempo necessario per parlare al riguardo e poi ci sarà qualcuno del pubblico che ti farà delle domande.
Benissimo, sarà un grande piacere ricevere queste domande, con grande piacere.
I will be really honored to receive then all your questions.
Comunque la mia storia comincia che a 23 anni e mezzo avevo un sospetto di leucemia.
So when I was approximately 23 years, they realized that this illness gotten even worse and they suspected a leukemia.
Vengo da una famiglia benestante, per cui ero in cura dal migliore luminare dell'epoca, del migliore luminare italiano per la leucemia.
I've been growing up in a very well-established family. So I was cured at that time by a very well-known and famous doctor, Italian doctor at that time, one of the most important for leukemia.
Ma senza risultato, cioè peggioravo sempre di più, sempre di più.
Nevertheless, I was getting worse and worse anytime, even going deep down.
Un libraio, un giorno, siccome avevo comprato parecchi libri, mi ha regalato un libro di sua iniziativa, contento che avevo preso tanti libri da lui, mi ha regalato un libro.
Once I went to buy many books and the bookseller decided to give me a present.
Questo libro era stato scritto da un indiano e metteva in relazione lo yoga e lo sport. Quindi era proprio intitolato Yoga e Sport.
This book was written by an Indian writer and was talking about yoga and was putting in relation yoga and sport. In fact, the title of this book was Yoga and Sport.
E il maestro era Yesudian e era un maestro indiano che viveva in Svizzera.
And the name of this master was Master Yesudian, who was living in Switzerland.
Questo libro io lo tengo come una reliquia in una vetrina, se volete ve lo prendo, perché questo libro è stato davvero la mia salvezza.
This book, still nowadays, is in a well and privileged place, just behind a glass, because for me this book really represents an important milestone, and I'm still looking at it in a regard way. And if you want, I can go and take it for you and show you.
Volevo dire, era la prima volta nella mia vita a 23 anni e mezzo che sentivo questa parola yoga.
It was the first time ever in my life that I heard about this word, the word of yoga.
Nonostante il libro non fosse e non avesse grandi pretese filosofiche, perché rispondeva alla richiesta di un editore dell'epoca che aveva probabilmente chiesto a Yesudian di porre in relazione lo yoga e lo sport.
Even though that book at that time did not have a real profound and philosophical arguments, probably because the editor required and requested to Yesudian a more relation between yoga and sport, even though.
Però lo sappiamo, gli indiani, anche se parlano di yoga e sport, ce l'hanno nelle loro cellule della filosofia, ce l'hanno nelle loro cellule la spiritualità, per cui questo maestro è riuscito a catturarmi completamente.
But as we know very well, the Indian, they have this amazing way of talking about yoga. And even if they speak about yoga and sport, having the yoga inside like in every blood cell, it really managed to catch me, to catch all my interest in this argument.
Vi racconto anche un altro particolare perché per l'Italia è abbastanza importante.
I will also tell you now about another important fact that is very important also regarding the Italian people.
Io nonostante fossi un pittore, ero molto appassionato di filosofia.
Even though I was a painter, I was an artist, I used to be very much engaged into philosophical aspect.
E così io scrivevo quaderni di filosofia, facevo delle ricerche di filosofia.
And I used to write a worksheet about philosophy. I used to write poems on philosophy.
E così una volta facendo una mostra di arte ho esposto un grande pannello con alcuni miei pensieri filosofici a riguardo a una visione atomica dell'universo.
And once during an exhibition, one of my exhibition, I exposed some panels where was written about all my thoughts, about the atomical thoughts at that time.
E questo è stato il secondo shock.
This,
perché è venuta una persona, ha letto quello che avevo scritto e mi ha detto: ah, conosci il Vaiseshika? E mi ha detto che avevo preso queste frasi da una delle visioni indiane, no? Della visione filosofica indiana. Secondo shock.
Another shock, a second shock in his own life. During this exhibition, a man came there. He was reading all these philosophical ideas written on the panels. And this man came to me and said, oh, wow, so you know about all the Vaiseshika philosophy, because all these things that you're writing down are stated in the Vaiseshika philosophy. And this was his second shock, very interesting.
Secondo, le frasi erano scritte da me, cioè pensate da me, ideate da me, però effettivamente devo riconoscere che ero andato molto vicino a questi principi di questo punto di vista indiano, no?
And even though these were just my thoughts and I didn't know anything about Vaiseshika at that time, all my thoughts, they were so close to this philosophical point of view.
E così, insomma, questo yoga stava entrando, forse per una questione karmica, stava entrando da un paio di finestre aperte, no?
And so probably because of a karmic experience, all this knowledge and information were entering in myself through various open windows, which I didn't know about.
Questa persona mi dice: ma non hai mai fatto yoga? Ma perché non pratichiamo yoga insieme? Alla mattina io mi alzo all'alba e vado nei prati, stavamo in montagna, e vado nei prati a praticare yoga. Perché non vieni con me?
And this person came to me and said, oh, wow, so have you ever practiced yoga? You haven't? So why don't you come with me? Let's go together up in a mountain and practice yoga together.
E quindi ho cominciato a uscire nei prati con lui a praticare un po' di Hatha Yoga, no? E con grande soddisfazione ho cominciato a sentirmi bene, una meraviglia, no? E quindi è stato molto bello questo primo approccio.
And so I started to go out with him into the nature outside, and we started to practice yoga every day. I started to realize that I was feeling much better. This was my first ever contact with yoga.
Sì, e dico che è importante per l'Italia perché poi in un secondo momento ho scoperto che questo era un calciatore di football importantissimo che era della nazionale italiana e si chiamava Paolo Marocchi, famoso. Paolo Marocchi.
And about this person, I must say, as I mentioned before, that this person is also very well known in Italy. After a while, I realized, I came to know that this person was a very well-known football player. His name was Paolo Marocchi. He used to play also into the Italian football team.
Sì, exactly. E così finché sono stato in contatto con lui, ho praticato con lui e poi siccome dovevo spostarmi per ragioni di altro genere a Genova, lui mi ha indicato una maestra più ufficiale, più preparata di lui, una vera maestra, no? E quindi mi sono recato a studiare con questa maestra.
We used to practice a lot together, but then I had to move to Genova. And so he decided to give me a name of a master, of a teacher, very important teacher.
Quindi quando io sono stato da questa insegnante, ero così appassionato che lei era entusiasta di me, molto. Diceva che io ero veramente portato. E c'era un congresso in Svizzera e così mi ha mandato al posto suo.
And this master, this teacher, she used to be very much, she appreciated all my work and all my growing up. And all of a sudden, once, she decided to send me to one of the conferences in Switzerland.
In questo congresso ho incontrato Satyananda, Satchidananda, Chidananda, Muktananda, quindi avevo preso un'autostrada.
And this Congress was very much important, was so important. I managed to meet people just like Swami Chidananda, Swami Shivananda, Swami Muktananda.
No, Shivananda no. Satyananda, Chidananda, Muktananda. Avevo incontrato questi maestri, Satyananda di Monghir. Ok?
So, Swami Satyananda, Chidananda, and Muktananda, and it was just like to go up on a major street and to run fast.
Quindi, per tornare un attimo alla mia salute. Come back at the earth now. Per tornare alla mia salute, io ho incominciato a praticare veramente, veramente forte, con un sadhana forte tutti i giorni. Facevo questo yoga e in 3 anni e mezzo io sono guarito perfettamente, avevo le analisi a posto, senza medicine, semplicemente con lo yoga.
And to go back to my health, as I said at the beginning, I was sick. To go back to my health, I started to practice very seriously and very much into the yoga for 3.5 years. At the end of this period, I went back for the exams, and all the exams, the blood tests and so on, they managed to be fine. No more sickness.
Guardate che è veramente la mia vita questa, cioè questo è davvero accaduto a me. Qualcuno pensava a un miracolo, io sono guarito. Oggi posso capire cosa mi è successo, posso capire e posso dire agli altri cosa è successo a me e come io sono guarito.
So what I'm saying is true. This is my real life. And nowadays, I can really tell and express what happened to me at that time. And I can really tell everybody all about it and express what happened.
Quando io sono passato a uno yoga più profondo, ho avuto a che fare con i miei samskara, ho avuto a che fare con le mie emozioni, ho lavorato molto per ripulire queste emozioni negative e ho scoperto quanto le emozioni negative possono fare male a una persona, possono farla ammalare, come è successo a me.
Practicing a very deep yoga, I managed to get in touch with my profound samskaras, to my profound feelings. And I started to work on them. And I started to clear them up, to make it nice and smooth. And I can tell how much a bad emotion, a bad negative thoughts can damage people, can damage their own health.
Exactly. Infatti io sono guarito lì prima di tutto. Prima di tutto sono guarito sul piano emozionale. Ero una persona molto arrabbiata e la rabbia fa ammalare il fegato e il fegato è il luogo dove si forma la qualità del sangue. Guarendo il fegato, guarendo le emozioni e la rabbia, guarendo le emozioni, guarito il fegato, io sono guarito da qualcosa di giudicato abbastanza grave.
And so working deep on that, I started to get cured. I had to go through my anger. I used to be a very angry person. And going through this negative emotion and sorting this out, I started to heal my liver, because the emotion and the part of the body, they are connected. Curing the liver we know is the seat where the blood is formed, the quality of the blood is formed. So clearing up the liver, I managed to clear up the blood. So you see, going through and curing the emotion, I managed to cure myself.
In quel momento che sono guarito, io ho sentito questa forte vocazione di dedicare la mia vita proprio come servitore, al servizio dello yoga e dell'Ayurveda e al servizio della cultura indiana, perché mi aveva guarito.
And so when I realized that I was getting my health back, I decided to go and throw myself into yoga and to serve yoga, to serve people and to get, to bring the knowledge of yoga and to bring the wise knowledge of the Indian culture that saved my life.
Infatti questo sto facendo. La mia vita è al servizio. Alcuni maestri mi hanno dato questo titolo che è uno dei più cari, è uno che mi è più caro, che è ambasciatore dello yoga e dell'Ayurveda, proprio per la storia della mia vita. Mi hanno nominato ambasciatore dello yoga e dell'Ayurveda ed è esattamente quello che io faccio e quello che io sono.
And that's exactly what I'm doing at the moment. I am here to serve. And I'm here to serve this knowledge. And that's why my masters, they honored me with this title, which is really dear to me. And this title is Yoga and Ayurveda Ambassador. And they give me this title just because of my history, my personal history.
Questo faccio in maniera diversa, magari avremo delle origini diverse, però io e Dileep stiamo facendo la stessa cosa e ci amiamo per questo.
And that's what exactly I'm doing. Probably you, dear Guru Dileepji, and myself, we come from different personal stories, but we are here today serving the same purpose, doing exactly the same thing.
You are absolutely correct. So I want to open the floor for other people to ask questions or comments for it. Any students from Dhamati or Dr. Vinamra Sharma? Please unmute yourself. Open your video.
Maestro, ti traduco anche dall'inglese all'italiano, ti può essere di aiuto? Ok.
So you can ask questions or comments. Floor is for you.
Thank you, sir. My Sadhana Namaste to all. Sir, really it's a very nice lecture. Means you have to integrate that knowledge of the Ayurveda as the yoga. We can say the Ayur Yoga. We have integrated that both the knowledge because both are the Indian system of medicine and we cannot separate it. Because as per that Mahasi Patanjali view, he's also mentioned that he has written the 3 texts on yoga. So means one text on the Yoga Sutra and another text he has written the Vedic Shastra. There's nothing but that Ayurveda only. So that means for that purity of the mind, he has written the text of Yoga Sutra. Likewise, he also written that to remove the impurities of the body, he has written the Vedic Mahashastra in the form of the Ayurveda. So it's both. It's an integrate part of that that our traditional system of medicine. as Ayu teaches us about the Hitayu, Sukhayu, Ahitayu, and Dukhayu. So likewise, the yoga is also that part of it, that how we can benefited with that knowledge of that higher consciousness. So really, it's a very wonderful lecture for us.
And like to invite Janardhan Menonji to make any questions or comments. Are you there? Unmute yourself.
Hello.
Yeah,
Hello.
We can hear you.
Can you hear me? Okay. And it was interesting to note the experiences of the gentleman whose name I could not catch up. And funny things have happened here. You know, my guru, that this was to prove that the knowledge you acquire in a work, it continues for the next one, and then so on. In my own experience, my guru had no knowledge of yoga at all. But one patient came to him, and looking at him, my guru told him, I asked him, well, you did yoga without a guru, looking at the, reading the books. I said, no. Do you think the stage of your soul can be understood by a book? It has to be understood by a guru, and then only this knowledge can be transmitted as to how much should be given to you. Then he said, Guruji, I didn't know anything. I saw a book, read it, and then started doing it. Then he gave him some treatment. This person went all over, went from pillar to post all over the world, but he could not get it. If he got a drop of water, if it falls on his, if he is able to touch it by his finger, he said he was getting chilly sensation up to his brain. That was a problem. Then the Guru told him, okay, we'll teach you, we'll treat you. And he said, I don't know how it is. He asked us to do some things, and I did it, and it's all settled. So these things, in the hands of a great person, as I told us today, it will be very useful and very much necessary for the society. But unfortunately, the right people are not coming for the right task. Because these people will have to have only the humanity's welfare at heart. That they have to be mended and amended in their thought process and their activities. If that is the case, he would have gone long way from here. I really congratulate him for his achievement. Without anything, without even a guru here, he has achieved it, and it is a great thing. It's not humanly possible for ordinary souls. Thank you, son.
Dileepji, can we speak before with Dr. Sharma?
Yeah.
Ok. Hai capito più o meno quello che ti ha detto il dottor Sharma prima, Amelia?
Sì, vuoi che te lo traduco?
Sì, che così gli diciamo, confermiamo.
Ok, il dottor Sharma è stato molto onorato e grato per quello che hai detto, per le tue parole, poiché è proprio vero che lo yoga e l'Ayurveda non possono essere separati. Così come il saggio Patanjali, così come nel mantra si recita che lui ha ripulito la mente attraverso lo yoga, ha ripulito la salute, il corpo attraverso il compendio di Ayurveda che è stato a lui attribuito e ha ripulito la parola attraverso il testo di grammatica, di conoscenza.
Volevo dire al dottor Sharma questo. Siccome il dottor Sharma ha parlato dei testi,
sì.
Le volevo dire quello che abbiamo detto l'altro giorno in quel congresso, cioè che un albero, no, ha bisogno delle radici. E più l'albero è grande, più le radici devono essere profonde. E che le nostre radici sono nelle parole dei nostri maestri e nei nostri testi sacri. Quindi se vogliamo far crescere questo albero, cioè credo molto che i testi e la lettura dei testi siano molto importanti. Anche le parole dei maestri e i testi sono la nostra via, ci indicano la via. Grazie, diglielo e ringrazialo tanto per il suo intervento.
Dr. Sharma, Amadio Bianchi is very much thankful to you for your words and your speech. And you were talking about the text, the ancient text, the wise text. And you really would like to say that we are just like a tree, and our life is rooted just like a tree. And if we are rooted, we are stable. And these roots are made of the ancient wise text and the words coming from our gurus. So really thankful for your words to say, also to say and use this to mention about the importance of our gurus' words and the ancient wise text that keep us stable, they keep us on the way. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Adesso non mi ricordo come si chiamava, aspetta.
Amadio, I have one of my college professor, he was the sports director at the Kerala University. And
yes.
He's here, his family is involved with the Ayurveda. And
yes.
Unmute unmute yourself. So Amadio, I am going to speak in Malayalam. അദ്ദേഹം ഇറ്റലിയിൽ നിന്നുള്ള ആളാണ്. നമ്മൾ കുറെ കാലമായിട്ട് നമ്മുടെ ഒപ്പം ഉള്ള ആളാണ്. പുള്ളി യോഗ സ്റ്റാർട്ട് ചെയ്ത് പിന്നെ ആയുർവേദം സ്റ്റാർട്ട് ചെയ്ത് ഇപ്പോൾ അത് പ്രൊമോട്ട് ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്നു. നമ്മുടെ കൗൺസിലുള്ള ഒരാളാണ്. അപ്പോൾ സാറിന് ഇദ്ദേഹത്തിനെ കുറിച്ച് എന്തെങ്കിലും ചോദിക്കാനുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ ചോദിക്കാം, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ അഭിപ്രായം പറയണമെങ്കിൽ പറയാം. മാസ്ക് എടുത്ത് മാറ്റാൻ പറ്റുമോ?
Double check. Pin 160
കേൾക്കാൻ പറ്റണില്ല. അല്ലെങ്കിൽ മീറ്റിംഗിൽ നിന്ന് ഇറങ്ങിയിട്ട് വീണ്ടും തിരിച്ചു കയറാം. അന്നേരം സാറേ മീറ്റിംഗിൽ നിന്ന് ഇറങ്ങിയിട്ട് വീണ്ടും കയറാം. Okay, I think he has some connection problems.
Yes.
He'll go outside and come back again. So there's another question. When you spend these many years with different people, different masters, you travel in different places, India, Europe, South America, and you may had really great experience. Sometimes you had really hard experience, very bad experience. Can you share those things?
Hai capito anche delle esperienze difficili durante i tuoi viaggi, se puoi condividere questo.
Sì, anche perché per esempio sono stato uno dei primi maestri a condividere la mia esperienza, per esempio, con i paesi dell'est. No? Ho incominciato in Slovenia, in Croazia, in Polonia, in Lettonia, in Lituania e per loro era veramente un po' una cosa nuova e dovevo cercare il linguaggio giusto per farmi capire, perché quando ci si rivolge alle persone bisogna tenere conto della loro cultura, delle loro situazioni, e deve essere capaci, no, di essere empatici. Questo è un po' il segreto di un maestro, la capacità di essere empatico, il capire l'altro dove si trova, il diventare l'altro. Ecco, questo è il segreto anche di andare in contatto con altre culture diverse.
He had some...
Rimane tra amici.
Oops. Okay. He had an engaging moment when, as one of the first yoga teacher, he went to the eastern part of Europe when yoga was not very much well established there, like Slovenia, Hungary.
Slovenia, Croazia, Polonia,
Poland,
Bulgaria.
Bulgarian. So going there, when yoga was really not established there, he had a difficult time sometimes to find the right words to communicate. Because when you go into a place and you have to find the right way to communicate, not just pass information, but to enter into a sympathetic communicating level. So going in with empathy and speak to people in a way they are able to understand what you're talking about, not just the words, but the proper way of passing this knowledge.
Anche se c'è un linguaggio che è universale, che è il linguaggio del cuore.
And this is, you can find that into one universal language, which is the language of love, of the heart.
Good. I saw that the professor, che il professore di Dileep ha ora risolto il problema di comunicazione.
We can see that now the Professor Bose has established a good net.
Yeah, he's back.
He's back.
Bosare, sound കേൾക്കുന്നുണ്ടോ?
Hello.
കേൾക്കാം. You can ask questions.
Okay. Good morning, everybody.
Morning.
Good morning.
Sir, have you ever been to Kerala?
Maestro, sei mai stato nel Kerala?
Sì, sono stato diverse volte nel Kerala.
Yes.
Già al primo, io ho fatto 35 viaggi in India. Già nel primo viaggio, tra le nazioni che ho visitato, è stato il Kerala.
Yes, I've been there. I've been traveling I was in India for 35 times, 35 journeys. I've been traveling to India. And during my first journey to India, in between the states that I was traveling to, there was even Kerala.
E una parte del mio cuore è rimasta lì nel Kerala, perché è bellissimo il Kerala, è stupendo, è stata un'esperienza molto bella subito dall'inizio.
And a part of my heart is still in Kerala, as such a beautiful country, and so I felt in love with that place.
We are organizing, we are supposed to organize one international yoga festival during 2022 in Kerala. If you are getting time, we are inviting you in advance to come
He's in our council. He has to come.
Yes, you are so kind. It's a great pleasure for me to come in presence or online. We can be present in qualsiasi modo, okay?
Anyway, we'll be there. Somehow we'll manage.
Online or in presence. Thank you to invite me. Thank you so much.
One more thing. We are having a lot of yoga centers here in Kerala. I think you can visit some of the centers here in Kerala, and some ashrams also are here. Right. And some good ashrams are here. I think Guruji and myself can take you to that place also if you are getting time to stay here. Correct. That is an invitation also. In behalf of Guruji, I am giving you that invitation. We are planning to do it on 22. Ok, sir. Thank you.
Hanno anche diversi ashram molto buoni e quindi ovviamente sei invitato anche lì. E poi nell'evento del 2022.
Va bene, facciamo un ashram tour incominciando dall'ashram di Dileepji.
Right, it's a spiritual journey. So I have another question. I know you are from the Catholic family when you grew up, and you following the Hindu tradition. So how your family is feeling about it, and what are the challenges you face during this time?
Hai capito la domanda? Te la traduco? Ok, sa che tu vieni da una famiglia cattolica, però allo stesso tempo hai iniziato a seguire comunque una via anche indù. Quindi come ha visto questo la tua famiglia e come sei riuscito a gestire questo?
Beh, nei primi momenti gli è sembrato strano. Poi vedendo che il mio comportamento umano normale era molto corretto, hanno incominciato a accettarmi e a rispettarmi.
At first, it seems to them quite strange and been puzzled. But going along with the time, they realize that my behavior and my way of life was correct. So they carry on accepting, and so they didn't have any problem anymore.
E adesso come adesso, siccome lavoro per l'unità come Dileep, Unity in Diversity, hanno accettato molto questa frase che io e Dileep ripetiamo sempre, uniti nella diversità, perché tutto è uno.
And as they know that I'm engaged into bringing the message of, as you do, dear Guru Dileepji, unity in diversity. My family knows very well that I'm working very hard for that. And so they started to get into this pattern of thinking as well, that it's important to be united in the diversity.
Grazie, Amelia.
I remember we had really great challenges during the beginning of the European Yoga Festival. Can you explain those?
Yes.
Days?
Dear Dileep, you know, we was in Romania together, and there was great problems with yoga. Ceausescu put in prison everybody and burn every books of yoga. When we was there, do you remember that we was receiving these people exit of the prison? We for I think for 5 or 6 hours we was there embracing everybody. No, you remember? It was a great experience. For that, I told you that in East countries, in the past, there was some problems with yoga in Russia, everywhere. But now there are many great and strong schools. For example, in Europe, we have a representative of Russia. We have representative of Slovakia, of Lithuania. Change it. Now is totally different, Dileep. We can organize something together in this country too. So we try to be together another time, okay? We was starting when we meet, no? You remember?
Correct.
We met.
That was in 2006. I remember when I arrived in Romanian airport, the intelligence people are behind me. Wherever I go, they follow me. Then we call all the media, national media, to come and interview me. They took more than an hour to interview. And they asked me a question, why all the prime minister is drinking urine? I said, even urine can be a medicine or a poison. That's the way it is. So nothing wrong with it. Until I took my return flight, they were everywhere with me. That's the way it was. I think they don't know. And they asked these questions. Then I said, look, my uncle is a bishop from the Syrian Orthodox Church, and he is supporting yoga. Then what is the problem with your church? This is the argument happened. Then I said, the first bishop ever inaugurated a yoga festival, that is my uncle. Then they slowly changed their mind. And now I know they don't have any problem. One of the photo, I think you are sitting next to me on the left side. I see. Yeah, this is the photo. This is my photo. Even I don't know who is taking the picture. Somebody took from the back when we are talking. We are on the stage, and they send this one. So a lot of time I just keep it in different website because it's a beautiful photo. It will show the unification of people from different countries are there. And I know some of the committee members from our associations, they are against us. We are creating this event. And they call me, you don't know how to support Ahmad, you don't go there, this and that. I said, no, for the people, I'll go. I won't care about who is conducting or not. This is for the people. So this sacrifice, this is showing a sacrifice of the yoga field from the past. Now everybody enjoy International Day of Yoga as a big thing, but they never mention any of us that did the groundwork we did. So this is the part I am bringing our old crew, those who went through this hardship in the yoga field, to the light. Because it should be for the people to know, that's why I ask these questions. Because I know it's not easy those days to promote yoga. Now, number one, they don't know about what is it. And sometimes they have a problem against Indian culture. Sometimes it's a religious problem or a political problem or business tricks. So, but we overcome all of this and we made the yoga day because of us. And
I can see this photo. I remember that there was present 2,000 people, okay? I remember that you was so full of energy. When you full of energy, was a fantastic, because we was from 14 countries, no? You from United States, 14 countries we were present. So a police was seeing us with suspect, but was a fantastic event. I remember with great pleasure this. Good.
Those are the memorable events we had, Yes. So I always remember those. And I know Andre is going to speak tomorrow, and Gayatri is going to speak next week. And I want to get Memoon too, And Gopal is going to speak. So all the crews are coming now. So that's very important.
La cosa meravigliosa è che veramente alle volte le situazioni sono karmiche, perché con Dileep io e lui siamo rimasti profondamente legati e motivati e abbiamo continuato a operare per diffondere questa disciplina nel mondo.
And you know, sometimes it's so amazing what happens, and you meet people with the karmic bondage. And even though far away, Dileepji and I, we've been very tight and close and work together in order to maintain and to spread the knowledge of yoga.
Quando lui mi chiama, io subito, se ci sono altri impegni, mi disdico per stare con lui.
And when he calls me up, even though if I have other appointments, other events, as soon as he calls me up, I cancel all the appointments and I come to your event, Guru Dileepji.
I appreciate that support. That's very important. When family things are going on, this is the way we'll do it. I know we are going to do the European Yoga Festival as a special event of the World Yoga Festival. That is going to happen June 12th, Saturday, coming Saturday from 10 to 12. And who are the people going to present in this event? Can you give a little description about them?
Yes. Mi stai chiedendo chi parteciperà, vero?
Sì,
Ok. Oltre a me, che come l'altra volta presenterò i miei colleghi, dato che sono il presidente, ho questo compito di presentare le persone. Ok?
And apart from myself, I will be present. And as the president of the European Yoga Federation, I have the honor to present my other colleagues.
Sì. Allora ci sarà per esempio dalla Germania un personaggio che lui conosce che è Sukadev.
And from Germany there is a yogi that you know him. His name is Sukadev.
Sukadev ha fondato, dedicandolo a Shivananda, un ashram in Europa che forse è la realtà più importante e più grande di tutta l'Europa.
Sukadev founded an important ashram named after his master, Swami Shivananda Maharaj. And at the moment is one of the main, probably the most important ashram reality in Europe.
Poi ci sarà Amy Blesio dall'Italia, che lui conosce molto bene perché era con noi anche quando eravamo appunto in Romania.
And then there will be Amy Blesio, that you know her very well, as we've been together to Romania.
Okay. Poi anche Amy ha una importante storia alle sue spalle, ha fatto tante cose, ha organizzato in Italia 10 festival dell'India con musica, danza, canto, yoga, ayurveda, incontri religiosi e spirituali, ne ha organizzati 10 molto importanti.
And Amy Blesio, Amy G, also has a very important history behind her shoulder. And she's always been engaged all her life into yoga. And during her life, she managed to organize about 10 major festival, Indian festival, where you managed to have musicians, dancers from India, artists, very important event.
Yogi, Ayurveda doctors, and many experts of the Indian culture in this Indian festival. Then there is Jadranko from Croatia. Jadranko is one expert of spine. Ha creato dei sistemi per sbloccare la colonna vertebrale attraverso lo yoga.
He managed to create some particular practice and a procedure in order to release tension from the spine, from the column, through yoga.
Del nostro board fa parte, abbiamo voluto una presenza indiana all'interno del board dell'Europea.
And being part of the board, inside the board, we wanted an Indian presence.
Quindi abbiamo invitato il dottor Vikrant Tomar a far parte del nostro board e ci sta seguendo, e anche lui è un grande organizzatore di eventi.
And we invited Dr. Vikrant Tomar to be part of the board. And he's also a great organizer and great events.
E in questa occasione presenterò due persone che lui non conosce, ma che ho voluto in un certo senso che il mondo le notasse, perché stanno svolgendo un bellissimo lavoro.
And during this event, they will be part of the people. There are two persons that you don't know them yet, but Amadioji thinks that they are really worthy to be known, as their work is getting very important, very deep, profound.
Anna Galocikova dalla Slovacchia è una persona molto impegnata nel sociale, è un medico, è impegnato nel sociale, è una praticante di yoga, di meditazione, e sta svolgendo un lavoro anche per risollevare i poveri in Europa, si occupa di aiutare i poveri.
Okay, Anna Galocikova from Slovakia, very important person, also because she's very much into social support. She's a doctor, she's a yogini, and she practices meditation. Her major aim is to help poor people.
Esatto, è un'altra persona che mi piace molto perché è molto dolce. Proviene dall'area dei Sufi, ok?
Okay.
È il nostro rappresentante della Turchia, Baba Anan, Yogi Baba Anan della Turchia, dell'Anatolia.
And another person that I'm very much fond of is Yogi Baba Nan. He's from Anatolia, from Turkey. He comes from a Sufi background, and I very much estimate him.
Ok, queste saranno le persone che saranno presenti a rappresentare l'Europa il 12 di giugno a questa ora.
And these are the people that will be here on this net representing Europe.
I know one of our friends, she's originally from London, she's living in Varanasi, she's going to join. And now over 500 people are watching our program. I know it is going to grow more than 1,000 within few hours. What is your message for these people about yoga?
Yes.
Ti ha detto che quindi ci sono al momento 500 persone in linea. Probabilmente nelle prossime ore crescerà il numero. Qual è il messaggio che tu vuoi dare a queste persone sullo yoga?
Vedo una possibilità a cui l'uomo non crede più, che è la pace.
I can see a chance, a possibility that probably men nowadays, they don't believe anymore, but I can see it. And this is peace.
Quando con l'aiuto dello yoga scopriamo che dentro di noi c'è una goccia dell'infinito, che c'è una goccia del Brahman.
When through yoga we go deep inside ourselves, in the heart, and we discover that inside there is a drop of the ocean, a drop of the Brahman, and we discover it.
Allora noi scopriamo che c'è qualcosa in comune in ognuno di noi e lo dobbiamo al nostro yoga, questa esperienza.
And so we discover that this part is inside each and every one of us. And this knowledge, this experience, we found it, we have, thanks to yoga.
Questa goccia ci unisce e questa goccia ci permette di capire anche che siamo uno, siamo uno attraverso quella goccia, ma che la manifestazione è infinita, per questo c'è la diversità.
And this drop put us into a relation. And this drop is something that is inside everyone. And so this drop really, thanks to this drop, we can really realize that we are part of the diversity, but we are all diverse, but we are part of the one.
Per questo io sono convinto che lo yoga è anche una via della pace personale, ma una via della pace vera.
And that's why I really believe that yoga is a way for a personal internal peace, but it is also a way for the global peace.
Essere uniti perché riconosciamo quella goccia presente in ognuno, quella natura divina presente in ognuno, nel rispetto della diversità.
So we can really say that being into that drop, we can realize that even though we are different, but we are all united in the name of the diversity. We are united.
Se pensate che una natura divina esiste e che è infinita, cosa c'è di meglio della diversità per dimostrarci che l'infinito esiste?
If we think and we know that there is a divine nature, what is the best way to realize that this divine nature is infinite? And this infinite can be expressed into the diversity.
Per questo io caldeggio, appoggio e credo in questa via dell'unità nella diversità.
That's why I strongly believe and I support this main process of the unity in diversity, this sentence.
I'd like to invite Gabriel Martinez Premdas. Please unmute yourself, start your video. I know we last 7 days we had a lot of speakers with knowledge, but this today is a personal experience. It's a real testimony of a life. That's totally different. A lot of time people can read books or they can find all knowledge from even Google. Sometimes it is wrong message on the Google too. But when you go through a real life, that knowledge is totally different. Earlier, Manoji said, when you go with the master as a life learning process is totally different. So that's the best part we had today from your own testimony. I appreciate that part. And I want to invite Gabriel to ask a question or a comment.
No question, just a comment. Thank you so much, Amadio, for sharing. This is exactly what Guruji said. We hear so much philosophy and so many opinions, and the opinions could be very well-founded, but without the subjective experience and with the true direct meaningful experience, then a lot of the time it doesn't fill the blanks in a very personal and meaningful way. And sometimes it takes courage, but for you, I feel only love and so much devotion in your path that it's no questions. And that's the only comment I wanted to make. I love I love you, brother. I honor your path. I honor your energy and all that you've accomplished in this life.
Thank you, Gabriel.
Amelia can translate.
Allora, maestro, Gabriel ha detto che non vuole farti domande, voleva solamente fare un punto della situazione, ti voleva personalmente ringraziare. In questi giorni, così come diceva Guru Dileepji, si è parlato tantissimo di filosofia, ma una cosa è la filosofia e una cosa è quel percorso individuale, personale, e quel percorso individuale è quello che profondo ti collega, e nel tuo riesci a percepire, a sentire tutta la tua devozione e l'amore, e quindi molto ti ringrazio di questa condivisione.
Grazie anche a lui di questo intervento, di queste belle parole incoraggianti. Anche attraverso le parole si può ricevere dell'energia per poter continuare.
Thank you very much for these beautiful words. Even with these words, we receive energy to carry on our effort, to carry on our lives. And so,
I like to thank my brother Amadio Suryananda spending this much time with us. I know you have your busy schedules, and if you want to continue to stay in the group, that's fine. Otherwise, you can leave, whatever you like. And I want to say thank you to Amelia. She did a wonderful translation, and I know that's a great blessing for the event, because a lot of time people will express very well in their own language. When they translate to another language, their meaning may change. So you did 99% of the translation went very well. I appreciate that part. So we'll work on the European Yoga Festival on Saturday. I'll make the flyer most probably tomorrow. Then we'll promote it. And I know the last day is 30th. We are in the process of the coordination for the finale event. And let us see how it will work out. We'll continue our work. And I know you are part of our World Yoga Council. And whatever we'll do together. To appreciate all of your support.
Thank you so much. Thank you to invite me to be present with you. Is all the times a great pleasure. Okay.
So I'm going to open the floor for everyone. Please unmute yourself, open your videos.
Quindi maestro ti ha detto che ti ringrazia per il tuo supporto, sa che sei molto impegnato, se vuoi rimanere con loro puoi, però al momento apre proprio la piattaforma per tutti quanti, così ognuno può partecipare, e ti saluta e ti ringrazia.
Bene.
Now I am going to ask each of the students from Amity University, because we already covered 7 days and we are in the 8th day. I want to hear from each student how they feel about this last 1 week. Who is going first? Saksham Batra?
So students are here.
Yeah, greetings, Guruji.
Please, Saksham, please carry on.
Yeah. The last 7 days have been great. A lot of new information, a lot to learn. Yoga as it is, it cannot be learned in a matter of, even in the matter of 3 years. We all are in our bachelor degrees. So a lot of experienced people, a lot of great information to learn from, but of course there is some limitation of online platform, that is we cannot avoid that, but apart from that it was a great experience.
Great. And who is the next one? Shivaliga. Unmute yourself, open your video. Suraj.
Purvi is there. Shivalika. Suraj, Purvi.
Purvi.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we can.
Yes, sir. It was very informative, and we have learned a lot in last 7 days. And even today, it was very interesting session by sir. We got to know and learn many things.
Okay.
Thank you.
And Shivali is back, or I saw her name. Ishida Singh.
Divyanshu Thapa is here.
Divyanshu Thapa is here. You can unmute and start your video.
Yes, Guruji, it is very interesting that Saksham has raised a very valid point. Yes, face to face we can learn so many things, but I can say that this is a benefit for us to the virtual platform also, because means as per that means how nicely have arranged a wonderful session that for the throughout the 30 days, really we are means we are feeling blessed. So we have able to listen that view from entire globe actually. Really is a true gist of that yoga. We like to join to each other, because physically sometimes it's not possible to move there and to get that benefit for that sessions. But I can say that this is that we have means the virtual form sometimes, and we can say that that's why we can say that, not to say like that COVID-19 is bad, but in this sense we can say COVID-19 is for good for us. So at least we connected with this virtual platform. So it's a really suggested.
Yeah, Ishida
and
is
all the students. Yeah, and a part of this, the students that I have discussing the students from our committee, and they means all are that giving very means nice words. And still we are also reviewing that daily activities as well as weekly progress report, Guruji. So on that basis, we are making the assessment also, means what they learned, and they are typing also the matter they are, what the lecture they are attending, how much they are getting the information, they are writing in the script, and they will submit to the university also, sir. So this is a very nice platform to sir.
So in the upcoming days, I want to hear from each student. They can present 1,000-word paper. That will be only 3 pages, they can present. So that way they get experience how to present in an international conference. And when we bring those who went through really hard lifestyle to reach the yogic path, and that's the motivational ideas for students to see what people went through it. Now is a easy way of life with a fully established International Day of Yoga. But when we were promoting, there is no established yoga stuff. We go through the hardship and harassment. That's why I face harassment most of the places. But we never give up. We move forward. We know one day things will happen in proper way. So that is going on, and we are the people fully satisfied with that ultimate goal. New generation, they may not get that experience or the feeling. It's totally different. But I want to make sure people should know about the past, about all the great beings spend their time for the promotion of yoga. And when you promoting yoga means Ayurveda is there, Kalaripayat is there, naturopathy is there, Indian culture is there, everything part of it. We just keep it yoga as the main source to promote it. So I saw Divyanshu Thapa, Ishida Singh. I'd like to hear from you. Ishida Singh. Suraj Kumar. Shivam Kashyap. Shivans Tomar. Nancy Pandey. I saw Sarida Sharmaji is here from Delhi. And anyone's like to make a comment? Okay, so I'll go back to Dr. Vinamra Sharma. Do you have anything else to present?
Hello. Hello, sir.
Yes.
So, yeah, sir. Once again, I can say that it's really a good experience for me, as means sir has addressed that Shri Amidio Vyanchi sir has addressed about that integration of a yogic science with that our ancient wisdom, the Ayurveda.
Yes.
So, as a man of the Ayurveda, also I can say that means when we look at our ancient sculpture, that we find that the description from that first heading of that our science, like Ayurveda, that means science of the knowledge, means a life science. Okay, likewise the yoga. So yoga is word derived from the yuj dhatu. It means the to yoke, to join, to union. So like that, the first word of that any scripture, we can find the detail of it. What would be the further comments and the contents of that particular text? So likewise, that Ayurveda, we can find that science of the life, in which that since starting from that the text, we find that what is our Ayu. It is a Hitayu, it is a Ahitayu, Sukhayu, and Dukhayu. What are our sufferings? How we can get that overcome with it? So that's why since starting, it is mentioned that concept of health. When we look the definition of the health as per that our ancient wisdom, is clearly mentioned that samadosha samagni samadhatu malkriya prasannatmendriya manovarthanam swastitya vidyate. It means that our bodily components, initially we have to try to get the balance of all our bodily components. Either it may be that dosha. We cannot exactly means literally we can translate all these words, but we can understand that dosha is like our bodily humor, like Vata and Pitta and Kapha, and how that all these three doshas are having opposite property, but being opposite property, they work together and make the body in the balanced way. So likewise, that balancing of all bodily tissue like rasa, rakta, mams, meda, asti, majja, and shukra, all these 7 tissues, bodily primary tissues we can get, which are nourished with that whatever we eat in the form of the food. So on the basis of our that existing property of that food, either it is Prithvi Mahabhuta or Akash Mahabhuta, Vayu, Akash, Jal. So it means all the Panch Mahabhuta what we are eating. So on that basis, with that means the process of that means our nourishment, they have nourished as per their requirement, as per the need. The supplies means in the form of that nutritional food, and then nourished well. Likewise, similarly, we means in the ancient sculpture, we have given the equally importance to our excretory product also, because most of time we always look at good things, means what are that bodily components are helpful, what are their various functions, but still we are also giving the same importance over the waste products also in the form of urine, stool, and well as sweat. So positive and the negative all comes to be in the balance form, then only we will make our body the stable, I think so. So a part of this means in the second line of that means definition, which is mentioned by Acharya Shushruta, Prasanna Atmendriya Manoarthanam swasthiti means our atma, our senses, and their perceptions, as well as means mana, all should be in that in a harmony way. So all body components are work together, then our body make stable and that healthy. So once the health is established, then we will think over that who means to treat that sufferers, whosoever it suffering with their means imbalancing of the dosha, imbalancing of the dhatu, imbalancing of the mala. So we'll try to get for that in that healthy states. So that's why these concepts of the yoga and Ayurveda, these are both are the integrated. So that's why we means one side we are focusing on that our external fitness, like some asanas and some other techniques also. Apart of this, we are inside of our body. What are the imbalancing is there of our bodily humor, tissues, and that mala. So we'll try to get in the balance state by giving some ahara, by giving some medications. So automatically our body get balanced, and we will feel that we are feeling better and we are rejuvenating ourselves. So, and we are able to understand each and everything. So how beautifully they have mentioned that each and every concept in our ancient classic. So means man is the we can say that is the only physician in the starting stage of his disease. We are the only our physician in the starting stage of this. That's why that when we look at progression of disease from Sanchaya, Prakopa, Prasharastan, Sanchaya, Vyaktam, Vedam, like that, there are 6 different stages of the disease which is explained in Ayurveda as per the Acharya Shushruta. So we can find that in the starting 3 stage of the disease, whenever our vitiated dosas are start to accumulate, then it is going to spread from different part of the body from their original place. Then they're spreading. They are accumulating. So in these 3 days, on the basis of ichha dvesha, means whatever we want to eat, we feel that no, it is not good for us. It is bad for us. It will be create some deformities in our body. So on that basis, our body wants itself what we want, what we have to do, what we have to not to do. That's why, sir, like we can integrate the same knowledge of understanding in that yogi perspectives also. As per Mahasi Patanjali in the Kevalyapada, he explained that nirmana chitta. So our chitta, as per our desire, we make our perception accordingly. Whatever we want, either it may be positive, it may be so. Likewise, our mind is in a different state of understanding. But as per that, our incarnation, we can think that we are from that 3 gunatmak, Sattva, Raja, and Tama. So likewise, our perception, we can make a difference or variations in our mental state. But as per that, our original point of view, we can say it is a one. It is only a one. So that's why they have focusing on Chitta Vritti Nirodha. So here that Ayurveda, here the concept of that address that concept of physical health as well as the mental health as well as spiritual health. We can say the social health, of course, emotional and psychological health also. So likewise in that yoga, we can see that Maharishi Patanjali initially starting only, he has explained that concept of the spiritual health and the social and mental health. So likewise, both the science are integrated to each other, and one have to understand that each of that concept of our Jivan Shaili, we can say the daily routine, like in the form of Dincharya or Ritucharya in the seasonal variation, either irrespective of any country, as per the country wise, region wise, we can design accordingly, but we are going to have to follow that Dincharya, daily routine. Since get up in early morning and since at the sleep bedtime, so one have to follow some routine pathway. So likewise, that it is mentioned the Ritucharya, seasonal regimen also. A part of this means he's also focusing, means it is in our ancient classes mentioning about the concept of Sadvrita, means some code and conducts of our daily routine, like that. So all our traditional system of medicine are nursing our caring ourselves as like a parents. How parents teaches to his children, to their children, how to grow up, how to do it. This is bad, this is good, this is the righteous path for to perform, this is the wrong way to perform. So likewise, our ancient wisdom, ancient yogis has addressed means for us. So what to do, what not to do, this is the right way. He have given they have mentioning the both the angles. This is the bad, this is the right. We have to choose it, which is the righteous one. So how we can get that complete benefit of our this life. So once we have to birth, we have to means that we have to complete our age. But in between of our whole journey of life, how to live a life in the better way. This is addressed very well in our ancient wisdom. Really, I'm thankful, sir, Amidio Yanchi, sir, who has addressed many things of this integration, and Madam Amelia Devi, ma'am, who has translated for us in a very good way. So we have able to understand a better way. Really, sir, Guruji, thankful once again for such a beautiful and wonderful and interactive and interesting lecture. A really meaningful lecture for us. Thank you, Guruji.
Thank you, thank you. I like to invite Sardaji to say a few words.
Namaskar.
Namaste.
I've been like attending most of the sessions, but a few I could not attend because of my other commitments. But I'm again going to Facebook and seeing all the recorded versions. I'm really learning many things that I couldn't. I wanted to study and learn, but time was not permitting. So just watching people's experience, I mean, listening to them, and the many areas like I really liked the presentation on Vedanta and all. So it's given me a right vaster dimension to learn more, and I'm also learning from the experiences of people. Like I'm also from software side and full mathematics, no interest in biology and all, but now I'm interested in all the things that is happening inside the body. And being a yoga teacher now, I'm just experiencing things on my own and listening to the eminent personality of yoga and how their journey was today. It was so nice to hear all the journey of our eminent speaker. So I was just thinking, how come he could met so many gurus? He's lucky. So, and he could learn from so many gurus and progress in the path of yoga. I just wish I'll get a chance to learn more. I don't know, I mean, how much I can learn, but being here, it's giving me a real experience, even if I'm not traveling outside my home.
Right.
So thank you very much for organizing such a nice and 1 month long. It's like I'm sure I'm going to hear some more very nice experiences and learning paths. So yeah. I'm just taking it for me for learning.
More people are going to join in coming days.
Yes, yes.
Thank you for joining us. We'll be in touch always. And now I want to invite Janardhan Menonji. Is one of the challenger. He was in the military, Indian military, and he became the follower of Sri Karunagara Guru. And he will have great experience. He just spent entire life in that field. Menonji, please unmute yourself.
For me?
Yeah, again.
Yeah, am I audible?
Yeah, yes.
Thank you very much for giving me an opportunity to open up regarding myself in front of you. I would only say that my experiences in the Air Force of 18 years has taught me certain things. You will be surprised to know the things I learnt there were useful in my spiritual quest. I got the opportunity to think, to understand about Guru, understand about the unity of thoughts, worship patterns, and the universal way of karma. That a karma one does is not a personal karma for his own self, but it should not be against the universal karma. And that kind of a thing, the forces won't ever give you. The forces, as I told you, we had talked about it Swami Sri Aurobindo yesterday. He is a fiery nationalist who was accused in Bombay, the Baroda bomb case. Then after getting his spiritual guru, rather a yogic guru, I won't say spiritual because yoga was only part of spirit, not the spirit in entirety. When he got the yogic guru and attained the spiritual elevation, I should say, so not even though not fully, because he himself was waiting for a supramental light. And when he was getting it, he had foregone. Rather, we won't say that he gave the quest for independence, but he joined the people and asked against the interest of the complete India, Mahatma Gandhi including. He said, he asked people to be a part of military operations against the Axis powers. He called them Ashura Shakti. And from then, he got it. Even Congress abused over there, rather did not abuse him as such. But if you call it as an abuse, well, I can't help it. Because Congress, when he came to India from Europe, they offered him the presidency of Congress. He declined. Then he went on spiritual quest. Then after attaining his spiritual knowledge, he was trying to activate it and he was condemned. People were asking, we offered him the presidency of Congress. He declined. Now why is he interfering? Because he sent a telegram to Mahatma Gandhi saying that please cooperate with Cripps Commission and it will sure fetch you independence which you think of, etc. But then they declined. And that was a thing. I said, if there is anybody, even Aurobindo was, when Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose was marching along with the Japanese troops for the liberation, the whole India may have accepted him only as a liberator. There would not have been a single shot fired. They would have taken up this thing, taken him up as a liberator. But Aurobindo in his heart of hearts knew that that was not the way. That thing of the universal or the godly way of the things destined for India is not that. It is something different. It is said that the people who are pursuing low yogic thoughts may be finding it different, finding it amazing. Because I said yesterday, I'm repeating it again, that a proper man in the proper mold, with a proper strength of character and mind, can say things and it will happen. It will be surprising, but not so surprising to the people who have learnt about Christ and prophet. They had those great souls had the way of getting things done in the way they wanted it and the way they demanded. They spoke about it. And for that thing, how far the yoga will be of use if done properly, if done under the mentorship, under the guidance of the right person. And that right person, if he is aware of the state of your soul, how much that soul stands for, how much the soul can withstand, how much the soul can deliver to the people. That kind of a person that the speaker sometime before, Amadio, Amadio, I could not see his name again. I am not able to catch his name. He went in search of many gurus. And may it be true that one of them may have had an influence on him and got him to achieve this. Otherwise, it was not possible for a single human being, howsoever great he may be, without the guidance of a guru, to elevate himself. And I wish that everyone who's hearing this will at least think and at least crave for a guru who will elevate their souls. And the true devotion, demand to God will definitely materialize, as it is evident from my case. It has happened. I won't say that it has happened to me, so it should happen to everybody. Maybe God has found something different in me and took me in. And it is true. And I would say, as I said, as a great man in Tamil, Swami Ramalinga Valalar, he said, Yan Petra Inbam Perugiyum Vayagam. The benefit, the beneficence I was benedicted with, may the entire world taste its beneficence. With that, I conclude, Swamiji, again, my gratitude for your introducing me to the society and allowing me to say a word or two in this juncture. Thank you.
Thank you, Ji. Now I'd like to invite Dr. Remy Alapo from our group. Remy, floor is for you.
Namaste, brothers and sisters. Thank you, Guru Dileepji, for inviting me to this program. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, New York, and I guess good afternoon or good evening.
Good evening.
Wherever you're all joining from. It is a pleasure to be on this program today. I believe this is the 8th day or 7th day. The 8th day of 2021 yoga event leading us to June 21st for the International Day of Yoga. It is good to participate with all of you this morning in New York. And I want to again thank my very good friend Guru Dileepji for the invitation. So in terms of practicing of yoga, I was discussing earlier that it is not something that many Africans actually participate in. They may not call it yoga in the context, the African context. There's no word for yoga. Of course, many Africans have, developed the art of practicing yoga as we know it today, the different types of yoga. But in the African context, there are different ways of meditation or spirituality, which when we examine closely, we know that the God that is present in meditation is present in everybody. So that is usually my take when I'm discussing with Guru Dileepji. I say, when you're talking of Africans and yoga, you don't find many Africans standing on their heads or something like that and calling it yoga, but there are different ways that we invoke spirituality or the presence of God and inviting God to actually, be present in our lives, in our souls, in different ways where we meditate, different ways of being happy, different ways of being calm. And when we look at all these acts, we know that, of course, there are different types of yoga practices that we don't call yoga, but, all those practices or acts are actually also present. With that, I would like to leave you with a short prayer. And it's in my language, Yoruba from Nigeria. And you can find Yoruba speakers also in many different parts of the world, from Brazil, Cuba, different parts of West Africa, Benin, Togo, but most populous in the southern western part of Nigeria. And it's the Lord's Prayer, but I'm going to say it in my language. And it goes, Baba wa tí ń bẹ ní ọ̀run, ká bọ̀wọ̀ fún orúkọ rẹ, kí ìjọba rẹ dé, tìrẹ ni kí a ṣe ní ayé, bí a ti ń ṣe ní ọ̀run. Má fà wá sínú àdánwò, gbà wá lọ́wọ́ bìlísì, torí ìjọba ni tìrẹ, agbára ni tìrẹ, ògo ni tìrẹ, láíláí, àmín, àmín, àmín. Thank you so much for this wonderful opportunity to speak to you today. And I wish you all the best. May God continue to bless you. And also may God continue to keep our good friend and host, Guru Dileepji, for his wonderful visionary leadership that he brings people together all the time. And thank you so much, everybody. God bless you all.
Thank you, Dr. Remy. I like to ask Gabriel to do a bhajan. Ramdas, unmute yourself. We need a bhajan.
Yes, Guruji.
What happened to your video?
The video isn't working.
Oh, okay. So you do the budget. Fine.
Ayodhyavasi Ram Ram Dasharatha Nandana Ram Ram 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 Patita Pavana Janaki Jivana Sita Mohane Ram Patita Pavana Janaki Jivana Sita Mohane Ram Rama Lakshmana Janaki Jai Bolo Hanuman Ki 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 Ayodhyavasi Ram Ram Dasharatha Nandana Ram Ram Ayodhyavasi Ram Ram Dasharatha Nandana Ram Ram Patita Pavana Janaki Jivana Sita Mohane Ram Patita Pavana Janaki Jivana Sita Mohane Ram Rama Lakshmana Janaki Jai Bolo Hanuman Ki Rama Lakshmana Janaki Jai Bolo Hanuman Ki राम लक्ष्मण जानकी जय बोलो हनुमान की, राम लक्ष्मण जानकी जय बोलो हनुमान की। अयोध्या वासी राम राम, दशरथ नंदन राम राम। अयोध्या वासी राम राम, नंदन राम राम। पतित पावन जानकी जीवन सीता मोहन राम। पतित पावन जानकी जीवन सीता मोहन राम। सीता मोहन राम।
Great. Bravo. And who else would like to sing? I want to hear one song from another language. No songs? Singing is very important, you know, because we will express our devotion through singing, not only thinking, you know. Singing is very important. Narayana Narayana Jai Jai Govinda Hare. Narayana Narayana Jai Jai Gopala Hare. Narayana Narayana Jai Jai Govinda Hare. Narayana Narayana Jai Jai Gopala Hare. Narayana Narayana Jai Jai Govinda Hare. Narayana Narayana Jai Jai Gopala Hare. Narayana Narayana Jai Jai Govinda Hare. Narayana Narayana Jai Jai Gopala Hare. Jai Jai Govinda Hare. 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 Jai Jai Gopala Hare. Narayana Narayana Jai Jai Govinda Hare. Narayana Narayana Jai Jai Gopala Hare. Narayana Narayana Jai Jai Govinda Hare. Narayana Narayana Jai Jai Gopala Hare. Narayana Narayana Jai Jai Govinda Hare. Narayana Narayana Jai Jai Gopala Hare. Narayana Narayana Jai Jai Govinda Hare. Narayana Narayana Jai Jai Gopala Hare. Jai Jai Govinda Hare. 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 Jai Jai Gopala Hare. Narayana Narayana Jai Jai Govinda Hare. Narayana Narayana Jai Jai Gopala Hare. The feeling is different. A lot of time when you take training programs in yoga, we have yoga exercise, yoga asana exercise. Usually we do in the morning and the evening, and 1 hour we do bhajans, morning and the evening, and 30 minutes meditation, and 1 hour pranayama, 2 meals a day. You know, and we have that disciplines. And when you go for the sadhana training programs, no salt, no sugar, no spices, no oil. It's totally different. And you get up 4 o'clock in the morning and you do the sadhana, the breathing, meditation. You may get 4 hours sleep. You know, I remember when I was living in a cave, only 1 meal a day, and I won't talk to people in silence, practice our exercise, do a lot of breathing. The first month will be very hard. Then it's good. We get the energy and we start the connection with the universe. That's the way it is. And we will have some masters near us to guide us in what to do. Next step, next step, next step. It's not like a university course. Yeah. And when you go to the community, we need a safety measure. That's why we have certifications, university course, degrees, and all that stuff. So that way people won't cheat their patients or students. So we need both in hand to hand. It should go together. That's why we bring people from different faith or culture, lineage, to come together and share their path. So that will inspire new students. Like Manaji said, we have to continue our work with the new generation. Otherwise, the knowledge will destroy. Of course, sometimes we don't need any education. Some beings get from birth. That is different. Yeah. But overall, we had to continue the path. That's called Gurukula system. We spend our time with the masters, we get the blessings from them, and we share the knowledge with the next generation. So for my personal thing, I love the Gurukula system. We promote more than anything else. Sometimes people ask, how big is your building? I said, yoga has nothing to do with the building. Yoga about your personal experience. If you don't have a personal experience, there's no point to have certifications or a building or an organization. We had to start from the yama and the nema. If there's no yama, you may be very flexible. Your legs can go behind your head, and you think you are great. I remember one of the example we had 30 years back. One of our students was very flexible. He can do whatever exercise. And one day he got an accident. He cannot do anything, even he cannot sleep. And he was saying, look, I was great yoga practitioner as a yogi. Now I feel I lost everything. So I said, you didn't lose everything, still you are alive. That's the grace of God, So he just cope with the situation, accommodate it, then face a situation with the yogic mind. So there's no point to go to the great level. Always there's a transition happening. Nothing permanent in our life. So this is the way I had to take it open. Whatever comes, we take it and go to the next step. So I'm glad this 8 days we had a wonderful time. Even though I'm a coordinator, still I am listening to people and learning for myself through the listening. When you listen, you learn more than reading a book. And looking forward to next 22 days. I know it will be incredible days are coming us. Not 22, 22 days. It will be incredible. Speakers are going to come. The last day, HR Nagendraji from the government of India will be part of the event. And Ambassador Chowdhury will be there, and some other special guests from chairman and the president from the Amity University, and some other special guests are coming to join. And make sure June 21st, that event only for the UN officials and NGOs. So we all are invited to join in the meeting. We weren't able to speak, but in the future we'll make a plan and make a deal with them. But currently only they can speak. If they allow us to give some comments, we are lucky, then we'll say, And same day, we have another event with the, what is the organization called? Let me see. Unity Earth Festival. That's a 7 days program. And we are going to put one session in that event. I know over 200,000 people are going to watch that program. And we'll try to keep same link so you can join. That is starting at 3 p.m. in New York. So that is 12:30 in India. I think for people from Europe can join easily, but India, I don't know, it's a midnight. But it will be a good experience. You can see different things, And that is the update. So let us see how things are coming up. And tomorrow, Andre from France is going to speak, and we'll go on from there. So thank you, my brother Amadio, Suryananda, Amelia, and Janardhan Menonji, and Sardaji, and all, and Vinarma Sharmaji, and all other Remy, Gabriel, MNC Bose, and the students from the Ahmed University. We will see you tomorrow. Have a wonderful day or night. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Guruji. Namaste.
Thank you.
Namaste.